Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Tell the people what we're doing. We're going to Colombia. We're going to Colombia. We're going to Colombia. We're going to Colombia. And we just finished having food at the National Bank Lounge, which the food was good. Yeah. It was like a regular dinner that I would want to make for us. Before coming to the airport, I had 2 plates. Did you?
Yeah.
We both had 2 plates, and it was so good. And we brushed our teeth, and it was, I don't know, it was good. I never had food in an airport before that I didn't have to pay for. I love that. Hashtag Lounge Live. We were at the National Bank Lounge, which you get access by having the Priority Pass. So that comes with either the American Express Platinum or one of the Visa Infinites. And now we're gonna wait at our gate because it's 10 p.m. and the lounge is now closed. Boo! We're gonna sit down with all the people, like regular people. Well, there's no people. Oh, there's the people on our side. Oh yeah! So many babies. Oh my god, yes. So many babies everywhere. Which is fine, but also it's really late, and babies don't like airplanes that much. I've never been at the airport this late. It's weird. It's dead. Like almost no one dead. Creepy. Very creepy. You don't think it's creepy? No, this is the way God intended. Yeah? Calm.
Wait, what's the gate again?
Over here.
64?
65.
A few hours later.
Okay. Yes. Buenas noches. Buenos dias.
It's buen dia.
Buen
Here,
dia.
apparently.
Buenas.
Where do we start? Wait.
Things that I didn't know. Which, honestly, I'm really excited about knowing. I've been having a really good time lately. The only reason why I don't know these things is because I didn't Google it.
Alright, let's start with what you didn't know.
I didn't know that you couldn't. What was the first thing? Something about tariffs. Oh yeah, when you fly international so we flew from Canada to Colombia, but our first city in Colombia was Bogota. We flew to Bogota, and then from Bogota we had a connecting flight to Medellín. And I didn't know that when you land in one city, you have to do customs again, or like there's like another security that you have to go to. I didn't know that, and you have to pay. that's the way you said you have to pay. So there was a new entrance requirement. Canadian citizens have to pay $84 to get into Colombia.
Both of us had to pay $84 Canadian dollars?
It's $84 per person. I didn't even know how much it was. I was like, it's $84, $85, yeah. Yeah. That's new. So
How new is that?
make sure when you visit the country to check the entry requirement. There's also a form to fill, but
They never checked
She
it.
didn't check the form, or our agent didn't check the form. But I think they have it on their site when they scan your passport.
If you did it or not?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, because I don't think they check anyone that was in our line. They have a special line for Canadians so that they can collect their money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they collected. Boy, I had no idea it was gonna be. So remember to pack
$85.
Well, no, it's card only. They don't take cash, but they don't take TD. They have a problem.
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
They said TD is banned. Sucks to be you. Aries. Anyways, what was the second thing you didn't know? I didn't know much. Like doing the calculation, like the currency calculation is not mathing for me. So my idea of like 20,000 COP, so Colombian pesos, is one bill. Which,
Yeah.
look at it.
We went.
When you
We went to the ATM to withdraw some money. And we're like, okay, let's get 20K.
and I was like, ooh, 20K bills. I'm gonna have to make space in my wallet.
This, my friends, is 20K.
With the man shouting on the back. That was my face when it came out as one bill. I was like,
It was so funny.
that was interesting. So I didn't know that.
So we got 20K to at least like, we just got some cash at the airport in case we needed it, but we're gonna go to the ATM in the city
Take out some
to take out
cash.
some more cash.
I don't know what this cash situation. So actually, we're gonna go take a walk and
Yeah.
see what the cash situation is. I feel like a lot of places just mostly take card,
We'll see.
but the kind of food that I like to eat, they're gonna be taking cash.
When you land in Medellín airport and then you go out, so you have 3 transportation options. You can either take a white taxi, which is right outside the door, and then you can take an Uber or you can take the bus. Side note on the taxis, if you read on the internet, there are drivers that are aggressive right outside the gates. They're like, taxi, taxi, taxi.
True.
They're there, but if
They're
you've
not. No
been-
one's pulling at you. No one's fucking clawing at you.
Yeah, so if you've been to either Cancun, Cairo, or Port-au-Prince, this is
Nothing.
This
Baby
is
food.
nothing. Baby food. I don't know if it's because we got there at like 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. or something,
Yeah.
but it was like 3 dudes. So we decided to take an Uber because we didn't want to take the bus
I was
and then have to
sleepy.
take an Uber
From the city center.
from the city center to our place. So we
I didn't have
decided to
the
get Uber
vigilance.
straight up. So when you want to take an Uber, you have to go to the departure section. So you go up the stairs,
second floor.
second floor, and then you go out, and then you can select which gate. The Uber app lets you select which gate you're gonna be at, and then you can call an Uber, and it's pretty straightforward. You're just calling Uber anywhere else. Yeah.
That was it. The
That
guy
was
was.
it.
Oh my god! But the
Oh
guy.
my God.
He was playing amazing music. Honestly,
It was
that
playing
deep
so
house.
but it was nice. It was smooth.
And then because and let's paint the picture.
Yeah.
You're playing the You're driving. You're getting blasted with the mild air. It's not too humid just yet. I don't know what it's gonna be like in the next couple of days, but it's not too humid. There's like a bit of a breeze. It's nice. We have our jackets on. Like we're feeling comfortable. You just get hit with the mountains. Like the mountains.
Wait, first you go to a super long tunnel.
No.
It feels
you
like
see
you
the mountains. You get a glimpse of the mountain.
But that's like tiny mountains.
And then you go through the tunnel.
Yeah, the tunnel that goes on
3
forever,
kilometers.
forever, and then you come out and boom, mountains.
It's magical.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful. And then the music is playing and you're like, and it feels like after a long night at the fucking rave, and you're still coming down from whatever
Yeah.
ecstasy you may or may not have had.
Wow, what a picture. Don't do drugs, kids.
Anyways, it was really nice. And then, so we're freaking out. We're like, wow,
Yeah.
so beautiful, like whatever. And he's like, is this your first time? And we're like, yeah.
And he's like, where are you from? And we're like, we're from Canada. And then what does he do? He switches the music to Drake. No one asked for Drake.
I'm trying to escape. Escape.
We want Medellín music, not Drake.
We want whatever you're listening to, my dude, because you were having a ball.
Yeah.
It was 9 a.m. and you were doing
Yeah.
You can see it right across. Like, you can see right into the apartment.
We're looking at other people's apartments.
And hopefully they're not looking at us being like, this is your life. You're just talking to a camera and you just arrived.
Oh my god.
Anyway, it's really beautiful out.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about like the entire process, the whole flight process?
What about it?
So, all right, we flew with Avianca. They just opened the line from Montreal to wherever they go, so it's a new route. And the ticket was pretty cheap. We booked the basic of basic tickets. No,
What is it? F? Not gate F.
no group F.
Group
But it's like
F.
basic. There's like no No
Nothing.
carry-on, no check luggage, no seat selection.
Oh yeah, we only have our backpacks
Yeah, we only have our backpacks.
for 9 days. 8
If you
days.
want to select your seat, like even after check-in, there's no seat selection. They just give you seats. We wanted to be next to each other, but it was $35 US
we're okay.
for
We're okay.
to select the seats. I was like, nah, bruh.
I'll see you after.
We'll see each other at the airport. So we go to the airport. The planes that they fly is the Airbus A320, which is pretty nice. The main cabin is pretty wide. It's not all cramped
Also, those seats.
like the Boeings. But wait,
Oh.
so there's like 3 classes. There's like whatever first class of those planes are. It's not like the real first class. It's like cheap first class. And then you have plus, and then you have our seats in the back of the bus. And our seats were not only thin as fuck, they did not recline.
Really? I didn't even try.
You didn't.
But the thing is, when we were sitting, I was like, this is giving a more comfortable flair.
Yes, the thing is, because the cabin is wider, the seats are actually like you're
They're
not
comfortable.
you're not stuck to the person next to you like most big jets, but also they're slimmer, and then the arms are so like
That's literally
half the size of my forearm.
my arm.
It's this. That's the armrest. There's no screen. There's no entertainment. There's no food.
just you and your thoughts.
It's just the pilot is just taking you from point A to point B.
You're catching a ride.
Try to sleep. The first flight was freezing.
I was wearing a lot of layers though. I was wearing my shirt, my t-shirt,
Yeah.
a sweater, and then I have like a windbreaker with fleece on the inside.
We left at like 11-ish p.m. and it's a 6-hour flight, but there's 1 hour difference, Canada and Colombia. So we got there at what, 4 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 a.m. Couldn't sleep the whole way too because I was cold most of the time. Yeah, the one time I fell asleep, my body was so like contracted that when I woke up, my entire shoulders went pain.
I'll give you a little massage.
Thank you, baby.
I didn't know that.
It's okay. I'm okay.
I'm glad we're deep.
Yeah, and then so when we got to where did we get to? Bogota, we paid the tax.
$85 if you didn't
Mhm.
hear.
We went to the lounge.
How did you know that?
I looked it up, babe. Can you imagine we get into a country and then we can't get in because I didn't look it up?
Because if you're traveling with me, so this is the thing. I'm learning,
Yeah.
and I'm learning that I need to just pay attention. I can't just, and that definitely speaks to my North American mindset.
You were just gonna show up there with your
I literally
passport.
was gonna be like, I'm ready.
No form filled, nothing.
Why was I in like a training this week and I get an email saying that my form has been filled in? I was like, amazing, I'll put that in my email folder. Like, that's a mess. That's
Oh
a
my
mess.
god. Do you have anything else to say?
No. We're gonna go for a walk and,
Yeah, we're gonna
and
go for a
see
walk.
what's in the neighborhood.
Get breakfast.
Yeah, we haven't had breakfast. Oh,
Yeah.
the lounges.
Yeah, the lounges.
The lounges were nice. The food so we had to go to the National Bank. National.
Banque Nationale
Banque Nationale.
and Montreal. Oh, wait. We went.
Yeah.
So my go-to lounge in Montreal is
Air
Air
France.
France Lounge because the food is better. everything is
vibes are better?
comfier. Yeah, the vibes are better.
I never been in.
But they limit the people who can get in, and they said they were full capacity. I very much doubt that because it was like 9 p.m. when you got to the airport, and there was only a British Airways flight. There's no way that everyone in British Airways is either business or has a platinum credit card. So I guess they're trying to make it more exclusive.
Sad.
They put us on a waiting list, but since it was 9, they were gonna close at 10 anyway. So we went to the other lounge, the National Bank Lounge, which I didn't like because the food used to be mid, but it looks like they stepped up.
The food was good.
The food was pretty
The
good.
environment was mid.
Yeah, it was, but it was less busy than usual. It's actually like
Really?
yeah, it's usually full. But again, it was 9 p.m., so there was almost no one there.
And then
In Bogota, there was also a lounge, but like they were just opening when we got there because it was 4 a.m.
But wait a minute.
Wait, what?
Even though we just got there, they were just serving
Yeah,
the breakfast stuff, like fruit.
fruits.
Why did I have the best papaya? and it wasn't cold. That's how you know it was freshly cut. It wasn't cold fucking papaya, and I hate cold anything in the morning. It's bad for your digestion. It was so good, and they also had pineapple and lime water, which is also really refreshing and also really good for your vitamin C. Which we
Oh,
are
I didn't
lacking.
get that water. I just get the orange juice.
That's okay. The orange juice is good. Baby.
Yeah, it was good. The orange juice was good. But yeah, that water seems interesting. It's very hydrating.
Super hydrating. I
Yeah.
should have had more.
Yeah.
But and then I also had Milo. They were serving Milo. That's how you know.
And the vibe was nice. They were playing
It
some
was very quiet.
little smooth jazz. It was quiet. Yeah, it was nice. It was a good lounge. That's the domestic part. There's more lounges in the international part of the airport, but we're in the domestic section. And that's it.
Yeah. And now and then the Uber ride, and now we're here. The Airbnb is a lot like the pictures showed, which is great. I think there's just enough space for us. We're on a really scenic hill, which is nice to still have that city / above the city vibe. I don't know if you would qualify it that way.
Yeah. We get the views, but we
Got
can
the
still
views.
walk to the action.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just won't be walking back because that's a steep hill. Very, very steep.
We'll see. We have to get our exercise in.
Yeah, it's just true. We gotta get our exercise in.
So let's go do it.
Alright, we're going break.